So I've just finished read an article about 3 reasons why you should ditch your iPhones to your Nokia brick phone. So back to a dumb phone. And while I'm reading the article, it kind of makes sense of where I'm going through, even though people might see this phone as a brick phone. This is the BlackBerry Q5. This is one of the best phones I ever had, right? It's not has the best functions or anything. It's simple and everything. And when I was reading that article, it makes sense. Like, there's a reason why, we have great innovation of this smartphone. It's fast, it's great social media, it has all these apps that keep us occupied and everything. But essentially, what is like, we get so advanced to the point that we are so busy, too caught up with social media. We are more of like interact through social media rather than calling or as well meeting with people. I remember my first phone was the 3315 Nokia, and it brings back why you should give up your iPhone to Nokia, and it reflected my past. And it was a black and white screen. It's more of like like a keypad and everything. And I spend so much time going out, and I never spend much time staying at home or on my cell phone and everything, because it's just simple and easy. Now I know the most annoying part is you have to typing messages, but what I do realize is that we have all these great technology like smartphones, screen phones and everything. I'll try to pull one out, but I can't pull one right now. But like, it's great, it's fast, it's smart. It essentially it actually causes a lot more negative effect. And I learned this in a hard way, because when Facebook did came out, like I literally went off and did whatever I can, and now I regret it with the things that I've posted, and especially the one that I've posted recently as well. And it's something that I've realized, if you try to correct someone or try to prove a point over the internet, you end up being trolled, or it makes you look bad. It's not the way how it is. The way how people communicate in social media, it's a very now people get a different decoding, the message. Like, I can say I love you or I hate you, but it can't refer to different level of I love you or I hate you in a different way. It gets really personal. You understand the tone of their voice while you're going through a simple call or just a face-to-face. Now, I know the fact that I made a couple of losses on the friend while I made that post, and what I look back at it now is that it is what it is. I've realized a lot of people mention this to me, that social media really does create a negative impact, and especially towards the friends and everything. You expected high expectation. Those who has like different posts that wanted like hundreds of likes or 200 likes. For example, my sister, who one of her classmates, she's 13, 14 by the way, her classmate who dressed up as one of the clubbing girls, and she's 14, and she uploaded that on Instagram getting 200 likes. I felt like in today's world it's too fake of a far from reality when you get too caught up with this whole social media or this whole smartphone way, like all this Snapchat. I used to go on this sort of platforms, but ever since I moved to change to BlackBerry, I've literally got rid of all the the mainstream commercial apps and everything. And I'll talk more about the BlackBerry first, but let's talk about Nokia. Now, Nokia is a brick phone. So imagine this is a Nokia phone. Alright, I know it's a microphone. Alright, so it's a small screen, and it has a keypad, and it's very simple. There's no internet and no nothing. Back in the days, they have internet. If you have that sort of phone, you go off the grid, no internet, no nothing. I think all of us will be more socialized, and that's what the article is saying. Like, we're a lot more socialized when we don't have all this advanced technology of internet and everything. And if I look back to my life, when I had my 3315 Nokia, it actually did came true. Like, I went out more, I used text. And the one thing about when you have like, the 6 keypads or not 8 keypads or 9 keypads is right, you type a lot more thoughtfully, because you make an effort to type in, I don't know, C, right? Because you have to type in, is it 8 or 1? You have to type 3 times to get C, and to get a wording out, you're a lot more thoughtful, you're a lot more careful of what you're writing. Even though I have a keypad and it's all in alphabetical order, like a normal keypad, I sometimes do feel like I have to read over it. But I felt like if I go back to a brick phone, I think I'm a lot more aware of how I type stuff. Now, for those who hasn't brought up in that generation, who has like, the old keypads, we tend to use a lot of shortcut, wordings, a lot of has like a cool way of pronunciation. I feel like today it's more like a touch screen and put emojis. It's just like, if I say I love you, I can type I love you now. Where an old brick phone, it takes a while to say I love you. It has a lot more meaning and thought for it. Maybe people don't see it. And also it's like a small screen, and when you read it through, it feels like you're very narrowed down of the subject. To have a better feel. I felt like, nowadays phones is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And I felt like, even when someone wants to say something meaningful or something like that, you decode it in a different way. That could be another problem of that. But essentially, when you read through these sort of articles about, top 30 tips of why you should give up your iPhones to Nokia or brick phones, essentially, is that one thing that a new phone that could not beat in the olden days is the battery. I think we're too caught up to figure out where's the nearby power point, where's the nearby hotspot, where's the nearby Wi-Fi. I think we're a lot more caught up in that sort of stuff and stream YouTube or stream like that. And ever since I got this phone, I have limited data, like very, very limited, and I don't spend much time on this phone comparison to my Samsung phones. And I felt like we are gone a lot dumber with technology, because sometimes we typo, or the way how we type may came across a bad decode message to the other person. Like, it's a bad decoding message. That's why I felt like we're creating a lot more hate and negative, and I do not regret that what I've been made from my last month post on my friend, and realized that he wasn't a real person, this and that, which he didn't quite get. I think our expectation is different. That's why I said, like, typing the status or typing a post or liking someone's post or putting emoji, it's not a deep, it's very, very, you expected a lot more. And I mentioned before, like, you expect a lot more likes, and I felt like at that stage, wow, I got like 30 likes, and I really want to do another post. It becomes as an addiction, and I felt like, yeah, I'm glad that, I should watch what I'm doing nowadays, and, I should not use impulse decision of what should I express myself. But I felt like that is today's world's problem. I cannot change what I've done, or what I can't change today. But what I can say is that technology is great, it's smarter than us, but at the same time we become dumber. And I felt like that's the reason why on this article made me realize how much I appreciate my BlackBerry comparison to an iPhone and the rest. I only need a phone that can do a simple photo. I don't want a high tech. If I want a high tech, like high specification camera, I'll definitely get an expensive phone, an expensive touch screen phone, and use that to use capability of making vlogs or making videos, etc. And it's one of the best innovation of using that. But this phone is like small, it's light, and I dropped so many times. It's really durable, but not comparison to a Nokia brick phone. Now, when I was reading another article of saying like Nokia do came out their screen phones like Lumia, and I had a Lumia 1020 just for the camera. But Nokia is realized that their profit margin on their smartphones is actually not as much comparison to the brick phones that they sold previous in the decades, right? If you go to eBay right now and you type in, I don't know, Nokia 3315 or Nokia 8210 or 8250. My favorite one is 8310. I still got that here. The value kept going. The value kept on going. And what Nokia essentially realized is that, well, you know what? Since our Lumia market is not as strong, maybe we should try out for, you know, dumb phones, like brick phones. And I did not know about this until recently, but Nokia is started to, I think they, I'm not sure if, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they dumped down all the Lumia phones, all the smartphones, and they go through all the brick phones nowadays. And I look through the brick phones and to see like Nokia 105, right? 105. The one I want to get is 150, Nokia 150. 105 is a cheap phone, $20 phone. 20 in US pretty much here is like 50, 40, but doesn't matter. A brick phone that lasts 35 days battery life, and as well, you're a lot more. And the article is saying that you'll be a lot more socialized. You're a lot more aware of your surrounding. You appreciate, you know, the old school lifestyle. You're a lot more focused. You don't need to go through all that, you know, all that gossips that you go through on your feed, on your Facebook or YouTube, or yada yada yada. And you know, you're a lot more focused on reality, because I felt like technology is creating a paradise. It's creating a paradise to the stage is that it's gone not realistic, not reality at all, because we're creating, you know, like when you go on your newsfeed, there's always new stuff. Like, it's always positive, it's always great. But in reality, it's the opposite. It's creating a fantasy. That's what I felt like technology is trying to do. You know, like, you know, if you go through internet, and I'm pretty sure this, like, on the tab, you can see like commercials and ads on the tab, and there's obviously like, you know, there's a, you know, F-Buddy around near your neighbor if you sign up. There's eHarmony for, you know, relationship. They give you this false video, false marketing, saying that, you know, you find a real one, this and that, or there's an F-Buddy around near your neighborhood, or like, you know, how do you get six-pack shortcuts, you know, six-packs abs, or like, you know, what is the way of losing weight, or find, you know, like an Asian wife, or like a cougar nearby, or, you know, how to be a millionaire, or how to play shares, or how to do online gambling, or how to blah 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 blah. Now you can imagine like what is bombarded. Like, you know, I'm going for right now, what's a Crown Bets, that's like a gambling. You know, every single website needs ads, and that's how they accumulate their money and everything. You know, that's how they keep their website going. And we're bombarded with all these, you know, all this on the side. And, you know, obviously we spend money, or, you know, that it creates like real fantasized world. Like, hey, I can get six-packs right now because Mike Chang did it, and I'm gonna do it now. Or how I'm gonna get that Lamborghini, right? This guy's been telling me on the advertisement I can get a Lamborghini. Or perhaps this is the worst one. You have won $1 million. Thank you. Or they give you this box and saying that when you click close, are you sure you want to close this now? Blah 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 blah. It created this fantasized reality to us, but it's creating a lot of problems. You know, people are a lot likely to go on debts, or people go on to this fantasized world. Just a taste of the society. What's it feel like to be on that stage? And I think the biggest one right now, you know, you can hear all that, but one thing for sure you don't hear is like, obviously you hear a lot, it's like, you know, houses going to go up, you know, first home buyers are out of the market, blah 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 blah. And that's a reality, you know, like, you know, you create all this fantasized stuff, but there's always a downside. Actually, I know what you're trying to say. It's like, Will, I understand what you're trying to, you know, what you're trying to make this video about, even though nobody watches this video, but I feel like I found one of the most social problem at the moment. Look, I'll honestly, I'll buy the Nokia 150 that is gonna release this year, right? I'll give that a shot, alright? The reason why I still kept on reluctantly to to go on a Nokia than this phone. Now I know you guys say, well, look, Will, you all talk, Will. You just you don't wanna go off the grid. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Where are you gonna check your stuff? All right. So yes, it's difficult. Whether your iPhone, your Samsung, or BlackBerry user, going down to a simple black brick phone. Alright, I'm aware of where you're coming from, and for me, it's a struggle as well. Alright, all I'm gonna say is, once Nokia 150 releases, the reason why I'll purchase that instead of all the models, because that's really brick, is that, yeah, okay, Nokia 150, the reason why I want to get 150 because it was sort of like a bridge phone. So it's like a smart, at the same time, a brick phone. Of course, a smaller screen. And the reason why I want to get that phone, because I need to take pictures, not selfie, alright? I want to take pictures of my work. I still believe pictures is great, alright? But only pictures of work, you need those sort of pictures. I cannot go off the grid without a picture. And second of all, you need to go through emails. And other than that, I can stay off the grid. Alright, and these are the two things that I need to go through. This BlackBerry bad boy here, even Obama was got his BlackBerry phone for a long time. They won't get him an iPhone. It's simply because, BlackBerry is hard to hack, or it's a lot business friendly minded. Back in the days, all the corporate world, they all use BlackBerry, but now technology advanced to the stage. But what I'm trying to say, look, the reason why I love this phone, this will be the best phone that I ever had, like from Samsung S3 to all the way now, is that this phone doesn't have commercial apps. This phone is a keypad, so I have a bit of feel of what I'm typing, alright? And it reduces a lot of typo when I do that, because I've realized when I'm on a screen phone, I type a lot of typo stuff, okay? Especially if those people who does not know about this, is when you're from a Samsung Note 2 down to a smaller phone, for perhaps let's just say Samsung S5 regular, the keypad, the spacing, everything, it ruins you. So essentially you become typo and you don't think twice what you type and everything. This phone here, keypad, it has what I want to do, right? It has what I wanted to type, and I actually go through it. The screen's smaller, as you can tell. Look, this is the size, alright? I'm pretty sure your phone is bigger than this, alright? And the reason why I love this phone is because it has a BlackBerry hub, and this is the best invention a smartphone can ever get, alright? This phone here, or what is BlackBerry hub? It's essentially a hub that all your emails, all your accounts of your emails, that if you've logged in, all your emails, all your YouTube, all your LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Facebook, blah blah blah, all of that into one hub. So instead of going through Facebook, WhatsApp, Hotmail, you go through one hub. It's designed, it has notification, it's built in. This is a built-in software. That's the one thing that I really like about BlackBerry, is that hub. You go through that hub, you see what's on WeChat. It has everything in one huge file on a day. It accumulates all of them, and you just go through one by one, and you spend less time on going through those apps, and it's just too much crazy on notification. Well, what you can normally do, you can choose which social media platform that you want to be notification, of course, right? So that is great. So essentially you can go through the whole day going through what's important and what's not. So that is the reason why for me to go to BlackBerry, to Nokia. Speaking of a devil, I got a call. So unknown call. So yeah, I have to end the video now because I just got a call now. Hello? Hello? Going great?
Yeah, right?
For the solar panels, I don't have the property anymore.
Oh, I got the wrong information. I'm really sorry to bother you. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Remember I said I want to end the video? This is the sort of stuff that's been bombarded us, alright? You know, we're living in the paradise world. Solar panels, insulation, green LED lights, or great deals on marketing, on business. Like, this is the world that we're living in right now, alright? We live in a world that is too good to be true, and they say, well, it's a fraction of a price, or perhaps it's free. And as I mentioned to you before, if you go onto the website and then you have all this in a commercial advertisement on the side of your bar, or you know, just when you're on YouTube, they give you this short 15 seconds or 30-second video commercial saying how great their product is and why you should buy a product. I felt like we're living in a world, there's too much marketing, it's too much good, it's too much fantasized into this reality world, and it creates a lot more social problems by doing that. So yes, I will try my best to get back to the Nokia. I'll try to live off the grid for 1 week if I can get the phone. I'll get the phone and I'll get the email, internet. Hopefully that smartphone has a bit of phone and email, but it's difficult to change that to this. But I reduce a lot of my time amount on searching some stuff. Like, the only thing I search is probably just, yeah, I read too much news and gossip and news about it. So yeah, I'm not perfect, but if I can get rid of all that, that would be great. If that phone is released, I'll get that phone. Alright then, and I'll give a test for 2 weeks and I'll let you guys know. So yeah, marketing, commercials, and too much apps. We get too caught up in this world, Facebook, Instagram, like, you know, back in the days, right, you deal with email. Today's world, email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, work email. Like, there's too many things going on. Like, so many communication wise, there's a lot. And then you got web browsing, web surfing, you know, just you gotta go through whatever the sites you need to go through, and just on and on and on. So if you eliminate all of that and you put it down in one brick phone, I'm pretty sure our life will be a lot more better and a lot more happier. We are getting a lot smarter by that way, because essentially these GPS sometimes doesn't work properly. Maybe the new smartphones, but sometimes not accurate, and sometimes it takes you the wrong way. But yeah, even a car navigator like GPS dumbing us down, or give us the raise. If we turn the wrong left or wrong right, then the navigator will scream at us, blah 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 blah, or do another search. It's too much technology going on. It's not good for us as well. And if you want to go back to the same route, you forgot how to get there, so you use the GPS again. So yeah, I feel like technology is dumbing us down. It's smart, it's great, it's the best invention, but it's smarting us down. Anyway, that is the longest video. I don't know how long this is. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to make this video title. Technology, today, a modern technology is dumbing us human beings. I think that is the greatest thing.